N to the I to the C to the O to the L to the E to the Nicole. Hey guys, it's your girl Nicole. Welcome back. Now, today's topic is going to be a little bit different. Now, it's not going to be anything related to pregnancy or conceiving. Today will actually be a story time. What? Say it again. Let me say it slow for y'all in case y'all didn't hear me. Today is going to be a story time. Oh, yes. A story time for you guys. Don't mind me. I'm really silly. I'm just in a good mood right now. So, yeah. Bear with me. So, today will be a story time. And today's story time will be my first time having sex. Yes. Now, we're not talking about my recent boyfriend. No. We're talking about like my first time having sex ever. Ever. Guys, I was still living under my mama's roof when I did this. And I was supposed to be in school at this time. Saturday school. Practicing for Regents exam. But I didn't go. Ooh, I'm telling you too much juice, too much details. Anyway, let's get into the story. Okay, so this is a story time, and it's about my first time having sex. So, wow, how should I start this off? I suggest you guys like sit back, relax, eat your popcorn, and oh my god, there is like a bug in my window. Guys, I hate bugs. I really do. Bugs and I just don't get along. Okay, seriously, let's get into the video. Alright, so this is story time, of course. You already know what it's about. Now, how should I start? Oh wow, okay, so I had a Regents coming up. I don't remember if I was a sophomore or a junior around this time. I'm sure I was like one of those. Yeah. So anyway, so this happened on a Saturday. Now, this guy I've actually met on Facebook, I think, but it wasn't my first time seeing him, surprisingly, because he did look familiar, but I wasn't sure exactly where I knew him from. But then came to think of it, I'm like, oh shit, that's the guy that this girl that I knew was dating in my school. He didn't go to our school, but he would come to Saturday school every Saturday to be with her on the staircase. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's where I know you from. So we're gonna call his girlfriend, because I'm not putting no names, we're gonna call his girlfriend Rebecca. So I actually told him, I said, wait a minute, you're Rebecca's boyfriend. I know Rebecca. You used to visit her, right? Every Saturday school with her on the staircase. He goes, oh yeah. So anyway, at this point, I felt really weird about talking to him, because it's like, even though me and Rebecca weren't best friends or anything like that, we were pretty much just associates, and I've seen her every day because we went to the same school, of course. I didn't feel right talking to her man. But it wasn't until like it hit me a little later, like, wow, that's where I knew him from. Anyway, continuing on, I think he told me they broke up or something like that, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, if this guy is telling me the truth, baby, he told me I weren't even together. Don't come with me with the drama. So anyway, it's a typical day. I think this is the day before we were talking on Facebook back and forth, and he was telling me, oh, we should meet up. I was like, yeah, we should definitely meet up. And would you like to link up? He lived in the Bronx. I lived in the Bronx. So, he weren't that far from me. Obviously, he was able to visit his old girlfriend every day, every Saturday. So anyway, what happened was he was like, okay, so let's meet up tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. We talked on the phone. And so we made the next day the meetup day. Okay, fast forward, it's the day that we're supposed to meet up, and I'm supposed to be in Saturday school practicing for my Regents. You guys know how Saturday school go. It's the weekend, and I'm supposed to be in school practicing for a test, a big ass test that determines if I pass or not. So instead, I'm like, oh, I'm about to meet this guy. He's okay. Like, he wasn't all that cute, but he was alright. You don't have to be cute as long as you are. You can't just be, just clean, guys. It matters on the inside, not on the outside. But I mean, let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. So anyway, it's our meetup day, and I told my mom, hey, I'm going to school. I gotta practice for this test. Now, it wasn't like I was lying because, you know, I really did have Saturday school. I just lied about the part that I was going. Sorry, mom, if you're watching this, but that Saturday that I told you I was going to Saturday school, I wasn't going. I was meeting up with the dude. Yeah. I'm so sorry you had to find out this way. But yeah. So anyway, moving on. So, you know, where she's like, oh, okay, have a great day. See you when you get home, blah, blah, blah. The normal, typical mother-daughter talk stuff. So I made it to my school and I text him like, hey, I'm here. He's like, okay, I'm on my way. I'm taking the bus. So I go across the street. I sit in the park and I wait for him. A couple minutes go by. For some weird reason, my hands are sweating. And I'm super nervous because, I mean, I'm meeting the guy that literally dated a girl in my school that I knew. And it still felt kind of weird even though he said they broke up or whatever. So anyway, here he goes. He's coming. Now I see him from across the street. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. Like, we were just talking on the phone and now we actually meeting up. Oh my God, this is crazy. So he comes over across the street. He's like, hey, how you doing? You know, can I get a hug? We hug or whatever. Okay, it's going pretty smooth, all right. We sit on the benches. We're talking, you know. And it's weird because as we talking, he's like, I can see it from the corner of my eyes. He's like eyeing me, like looking at me like that. And then not only is he looking at me, now his eyes is focused in my kitty area. So I'm like, whoa, like by now I already know what he's thinking, you know. So anyway, we're talking or whatever, and he's like, mind you, we had nowhere to really do because, like, you know, I was living with my mom at the time. He was living with his mom, and we were now about to like have sex in our mom's houses. Like, ew, and no, you know, like still not happening. So anyway, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go see if the bathrooms are open. Mind you, this is a public park with public bathrooms. There was only probably like 1 or 2 people around at the time, but they were too busy talking to each other. He's like, oh, you know, I'll go check. You just stay here so we don't like make it hot. Okay, we're not gonna make it hot. So I'm sitting here, sitting down. He goes check, see if the bathroom's open, and guess what? It's open. No one's in the bathroom. It's the woman's restroom. He's like, okay, let's go. Now I'm trying to remember if I went in first or if he went. Okay, no. So pause right there. Hold your horses. I went in first, and so he was like, oh, I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes so I don't look so hot. I'm like, okay. So I went in the bathroom first or whatever. Couple seconds go past, he comes in, and then now I'm really sweating and I'm really feeling awkward. I'm like, oh my God, this is not about to happen. I'm a virgin, like I know this is gonna hurt. Like I'm just nervous, and it's like I lied to him at first. I told him the day before we met up I wasn't a virgin, but like we'll get more into the detail. You'll find out how I guess he found out I really wasn't. So anyway, fast forward, moving on, we both in the bathroom at this point, in a public bathroom in the park. So it wasn't too long before we started hugging and kissing, and it started getting really weird because now it's like he's all touchy, I'm all touchy, and it's like we're invading each other's spaces. Can't keep my hands on myself. No matter how I'm trying to. Okay, I cannot sing for the life of me. Anyway, you know where I'm going with this. We couldn't keep our hands to ourselves, you know, Selena Gomez vibes. So we're touching, feeling, we're, oh, you know, whatever. Now, this is the part where it got really awkward. He started unbuckling my pants. He started unbuckling my pants, guys. When I say I started like really sweating, my anxiety was just like taking all over my body. Oh my God, this is really about to happen. So he started buckling my pants or whatever. He's like, oh, are you sure it's not your first time doing this? I'm like, no, I told you, like, I'm not a virgin. Remember I told you I'm getting to details how I know he found out I wasn't. Always just tell the truth, girl. You know? Anyway, I mean, but hey, I wanted to feel like I was cool at that time, like every other girl was doing it. So I was like, hey, I'm not a virgin. I'm downright with them, you know. Anyway, moving on. So he's like, are you sure it's not your first time doing this? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm not a virgin. He's like, okay. So we're about to do the do. Now, when he first entered and like went inside of me, it was like all I could remember doing was screaming, like it wasn't like a loud but it was like a really loud moan. He's like, what's wrong? And like when you're a virgin, you know, there's like this probably TMI, but you know, we're all grown here, right? I'm hoping we're all grown here, because if you're like 6 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old, you better get off of this video before your mama find out you were on here, and I will hunt you down. No, but seriously, you know, we're all grown here, hopefully. So, and if you are grown, but you're not mature, be mature about this, you know. So anyway, yeah. So back to what I was saying. Usually when you're a virgin, it's like there's something, I think it's called the hymen, and it covers the inside of your vagina. So it waits for, you know, the penis to go through or whatever before it breaks off, and that's why it hurts so bad. So that happened to me, you know, because I was a virgin. I just lied and told him I wasn't. So, you know, we're into it. It starts feeling good after a while. I'm like, oh, this feels so good, you know. It no longer hurts now. It's giving me pleasure, you know. And then he's like, a couple minutes later, he's like, oh my God, you're bleeding. I'm like, well, huh? What you mean? He's like, you're bleeding. Now, I knew for a fact I was not on my period. In fact, I think I just got done with my period not so long ago, like a week before we had sex. And I'm like, oh. But in my head, I'm like, it's because I'm a virgin and you just broke the hymen from my vagina, and that's why I'm bleeding. But he didn't know that. So at this point, I'm wondering, like, do he think I'm on my period? I mean, like, I told him I wasn't a virgin, so he wouldn't think it's because he stretched me out, you know, because I was a virgin, whatever. Anyways, he's like, you're bleeding. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go, I wipe, and we're back at it again for round two. It's feeling really good, you know. And then, you know, a few minutes later, we doing the do. We enjoyed it overall. Bound, fast forward. And then again, he's like, oh my God, you're bleeding, whatever. So it pretty much ended right there. When he saw I was bleeding again for a second time, he like, oh my God, like, are you sure it's not hurting you? You're bleeding. I'm like I wasn't bleeding anything major, like as if I was on my period or something. But he, you know, I was just bleeding, you know, here and there. Now he was like, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you're not hurting me. He like, all right, I'm just gonna stop right here, you know, just in case or whatever. So we're done with that. I'm kind of disappointed because hey, I kind of wanted more. Like, it was feeling really good. He wanted more. I could tell he wanted more, but he was just scared because, you know. But anyway, now fast forward, we tell each other bye, da da da. At this point, I'm going back home and I feel really weird because like I just lost my virginity. Like, I just feel awkward. Like, did I just do that? Did we just do what we did? I went home and I was still bleeding. Anyway, that was my first time having sex. I say it was somewhat of a success. But yeah, and if you're on here and you are sexually active and you're not trying to get pregnant, I'm about to be a human parenthood here and tell you, make sure you use condoms or some kind of birth control if you're trying to prevent pregnancy, because it could happen. And it only takes one time. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming out soon. I hope you guys enjoyed that video.